strange faces, oppressed by the consciousness of being the focus of their attention, memory deserted him. His terrified gaze swung from Sir Stephen's kind face, skipped over the audience, and roamed over the great hall, as if he might find the words of the spell waiting for him in some dusty corner. It was the oldest room in the society, and boasted several interesting features, chief of which were the ancient carved bosses on the ceiling. These represented lambs, lions, and unicorns, faces of long-dead sorcerers, and green men with sour expressions and vines sprouting from their nostrils. At any other time they would have captivated Zacharias, but right now they could give him no pleasure. "I have forgotten the spell," he whispered. "What is that?" said Sir Stephen. He had been speaking in clear ringing tones before, addressing his audience, but now he lowered his voice and leaned closer. "No helping the boy, if you please," cried a voice. "That will prove nothing of what you promised." The audience had been growing restless with Zacharias' stupefaction. Other voices followed the first, hectoring, displeased. "Is the child an idiot? A poll parrot would offer better amusement." "Can you conceive anything more absurd?" said a thaumaturge to a friend in a carrying whisper. "He might as well seek to persuade us that a pig can fly, or a woman do magic." The friend observed that so could pigs fly if one could be troubled to make them. "Oh, certainly," replied the first. "And one could teach a woman to do magic, I suppose. But what earthly good would a flying pig or a magical female be to anyone?" "This is a great gift to the press," cried a gentleman with red whiskers and a supercilious expression. "What fine material we have furnished today for the caricaturists. A meeting of the first magicians of our age summoned to watch a pickaninny stutter. Has English thaumaturgy indeed been so reduced by the waning of England's magic that Sir Stephen believes we have nothing better to do?" Unease rippled through the crowd, as though what the gentleman had said sat ill with his peers. Zacharias said anxiously, "Perhaps there is not enough magic." "Tsh!" said Sir Stephen. To Zacharias' embarrassment, he spoke loud enough for the entire room to hear. "Pray do not let that worry you. It pleases Mr. Midsummer to enlarge upon the issue, but I believe England is still furnished with sufficient magic to quicken any tolerable magician's spells." The red-whiskered gentleman shouted an indistinct riposte, but he was not allowed to finish, for 3 other thaumaturges spoke over him, disagreeing vociferously. 6 more magicians took up Mr. Midsummer's defence, alternating insults to their peers with condemnation of Sir Stephen and mockery of his protégé. A poor sort of performing animal it was, they said, that could not perform. "What an edifying sight for a child! A room full of men several times his size calling him names," said one gentleman, who had the sorcerer's silver star pinned to his coat. He did not trouble to raise his voice, but his cool accents seemed to cut through the tumult. "It is all of a piece with the most ancient traditions of our honourable society, I am sure, and evidence of how well we deserve our position in the world." Mr. Midsummer flushed with anger. "Mr. Damerel may say what he likes, but I see no reason why we should restrain our criticism of this absurd spectacle, child or no child," he snapped. "I am sure you do not, Midsummer," said Damerel gently. "I have always admired your refusal in the pursuit of your convictions ever to be constrained by considerations of humanity, much less of ordinary good manners." The room erupted into more argument than ever. The clamour mounted till it seemed it must wake the carvings on the box, and even the slumbering bosses on the ceiling, without Zacharias' needing to lift a finger. Zacharias looked around, but everyone had ceased to pay attention to him. For the moment, he was reprieved.